What's one thing that you learned about bringing in the right person to delegate to?
What I find, the thing that's worked for me is you've got to really look at what are the things know need to be done in the business that you're just not doing. So what's the hole either in your desire to do the thing or your ability to do the thing? Because someone wants to do that or someone knows how to do that and that's their expertise, so they also love to do it. And
Yeah,
so for me, my delegation journey has very much been filling those holes a little bit at a time. It's not like I came out the gate paying someone $1,000 a month to be my assistant. It's like
right,
I really need some help with this thing, and so how can I make that work with the budget that I have? And the
right.
more that I started to delegate in this kind of systematic way, of course, it opens up more space to bring in more like the money I'm paying out is coming back to me in spades because I
Right.
have space.
Hello, my extraordinary women friends. We are counting down the months to Extraordinary Women Ignite this November, and this year's theme, Rooted Flame, is all about anchoring into who you are and rising with purpose, clarity, and fierce visibility. It's about clearing the noise, trusting your inner fire, and leading from that deep, grounded place within. If you're feeling the call to expand your impact, refine your business, and reignite your voice, Ignite is where it happens. Early bird tickets are available now at cammygellner.com/ignite. Come be in the room where women rise together. Today's guest is one of our speakers at Ignite. Julie Miller Davis is a dear friend and a powerhouse in productivity and leadership, and she'll be taking the stage to talk about one of the biggest game changers in business growth, delegation. Her message is fierce, practical, and rooted in helping you reclaim your time and energy so you can focus on what really matters. Let's dive into this powerful conversation with Julie Miller Davis. Well, welcome back to Extraordinary Women Radio, Julie. I'm so excited to have you here again.
I am so thrilled to be here again. Thank you. What an honor.
Oh, it's always fun to collaborate with you. And you're going to be at Ignite with us coming up in November. You'll be one of our speakers talking about delegation. So I'm thrilled that you'll be there as well.
I am too. I've we haven't been able to coordinate our schedules in the past, and so I'm really, really excited
I
to be able to
know.
come and experience it.
We both have our conferences every fall, and we're always like, "Which days are you doing it?" And then some years and we always try to make them different weeks. And then some years there's just not like that
There's
happened
no
last year.
way.
There wasn't
Yeah.
weeks by the time you start putting holidays on there, and we had an election last year. I mean, all the things. It's like we had. It's always hard to make it
It is,
happen.
and
But
but
this year we did really good.
we did, and I'm just always so grateful that you and I communicate about it and that we know where each other, because we always do, like right after our events we're like, this is what I'm looking at for next year. Like this is what I'm looking at. And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's been lovely that we are able to communicate about it and we know where each other are for the coming year, and we try our best. So
yeah. Totally, totally. I love that too. I really love that about that friendship that we're able to really look at it through that lens. So,
yeah, yeah.
what is the thing that's most on your mind these days that's, showing up in all your conversations? So, let's just dive in right there. Let's jump in
Yeah, yeah.
because there's a lot of stuff going on around us.
Yeah, I think that what seems to keep popping up for me, Cami, is in all the chaos that's going on, regardless of where people stand, is
Hmm.
this feeling of the need for human connection. And
Totally.
and so much of what I'm hearing and what I'm digging into with people is coming back to community more than ever. And it's not like that's ever not been out a foundation for you and for me, and we're
Hmm. Hmm.
very much about community, but I feel
Right.
like there's just so much such a feeling of being untethered right
Hmm.
now, that
Mm-hmm.
community is the only way that we can tether and that we
Yeah.
can really feel like we have the ability to forge forward and control what we
Mm-hmm.
can control with a beautiful surrounding and connectedness with other human beings, other people. And for me, it's just been the most important thing and the thing that seems to be coming up more than anything lately. And so I've been talking a lot about it in all kinds of places where I'm, up for 5 minutes to talk in front of a room or, however long. And, but I think you and I both come from that place, but
Yeah.
it seems to be more important than ever, this piece of can we get grounded? Can we get weighted down and not feel like we're just kind of floating and untethered is the word that I keep
Yeah.
coming back to and that I keep using.
I like that a lot. The theme for Ignite this year is rooted flame. And the reason I'm playing with that, it is that rooted piece, right? It's that, how do we get grounded? How do we come from that place of who we are in community, in circle with other women? And I think that's what helps us root, right? Is that connection and that community coming together.
Yeah.
And I totally get that desire. I mean, you and I are going to both be at the eWomen conference here in just a few
Conference.
weeks, and I'm just really excited to be there this year. I think I've always loved going, and I feel even more so that desire to be in community with others. So I would agree with that. I I think
Yeah.
that when I think about what community does for us, it just gives us somebody to lean into and be with and to raise up with, right? I mean, it's like we can be stronger together all day long when we're in community versus when we're trying to stand on our
Yeah.
own.
And I feel like it's more intentional connections than just
Mm-hmm.
being in a group of people. I feel like
Yeah.
it's these quiet, very intentional, deeper connections than we've
Mm-hmm.
had in the past. And so,
Mm-hmm.
you and I have texted a lot over the past several months, and it's it's that feeling of I'm not out here all by myself, and I don't have to be in these extended connections with people. It's these very meaningful, intentional connectedness and communities,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and not just
Mm-hmm.
a gazillion people. So even at the eWomen conference coming up, there's hundreds of people there, and
But it's
I
a
feel very
certain people that you want to see.
yeah, I feel very excited about it too. And the last couple of years, I've left a little early, and this year I'm like, I don't think I feel like doing that this year. I think I feel like being there and being grounded and being intentional and yeah, making those.
Yeah. Yeah. And you and I were just chatting before we jumped on here. As you know, I lost my beloved horse last week that I've had for 26 years,
Yeah.
and that Soul Speaks, our speaker training that we do. So it was on Wednesday that we had to put her down, and then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday it was Soul Speaks. And first I was like thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to go lead this 3-day retreat after this really difficult day? And it was the best place I could have been because it was 13, 14 people other plus me. So there was 15 total of us. And just the stories that got shared and the connections that happened
Yeah.
were really rich and deep. And that was the best place I could have been. I was really just surrounded by people that I loved. And so I think you're spot on to something. And I think everyone who's tuning in and listening is like, who are the people that are your tribe of people that you're leaning into?
Yeah.
Lean into them and be with them.
Yeah.
What are you seeing, Julie, some of the biggest blocks people are having in moving forward right now?
I think some of the biggest blocks it, it, it hasn't. It hasn't. it hasn't changed much in 10 years, and it's changed a lot in 10 years. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I feel like there is, gosh, Cami, I think that as technology keeps coming in and all, I feel like there's so much more noise than we've ever had.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
um and there's so many things to do. Um
Mm-hmm.
for ourselves, for our families, for our businesses, and people who are taking on more and more and more and more, and it's like you need this and you got to do this and you got to do this and and the people are not I think the biggest block is they're not really discriminating and discerning among what actually do I need to be focused on and doing, and for how long, and in what
Mm-hmm.
manner, and in what order.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And
So it's
so
the weightiness of all the things that are there.
all of it, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like, and I need to take care of my household, and I need to maybe take care of myself, but that's definitely like the last thing on the table for so many people.
Right.
Um and and I got to do all these things for my business. And there's this feeling of just chaos, that of running in place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah. So
like
how do we
I've been
break
doing
out
all
of
the,
that?
yeah. It's truly getting intentional about what you're decide, like making a decision,
Mm-hmm.
a conscious decision of what you're going to engage in and with, and what you're not.
Yeah.
And instead of hitting the ground running every morning
Mm-hmm.
until you collapse and you shut down and go like, yeah, I'm just done. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
done for a day. Maybe my body shut me down because I got sick, or
Yeah.
whatever the thing might be for any of you. But I think that if you could even take 15 minutes a morning and ask yourself, what are the things that actually matter today? What do I have space for today, in addition to what's already on my calendar? And
Yeah.
what's gonna take care of me, and what's gonna move my needle forward in my business, or make me know that I'm accomplishing I'm moving towards my goals.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think 15 minutes a day. You guys, you have 15 minutes. You do.
Everyone has 15 minutes a
You
day.
have
And if
15 minutes.
you're not taking that 15 minutes, you're just kind of moving through your day without any intention at all.
Right. It's like you're pushing papers without
Mm-hmm.
putting anything away. And
Yeah.
I talk a lot. You've probably heard me say it, Cami, that almost 40% of what we do every day is without thought or intention. So it's out of habit,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
without thought or intention. So by spending 15 minutes getting intentional about what matters,
Yeah.
and not just going from the top of the list to the bottom, or not just doing what's
Mm-hmm.
easiest first, or not just
Mm-hmm.
doing like whatever fire we're treating it all like equally,
Mm-hmm.
whatever we can really have weight, and have weight for us and give weight to, then
Right.
15 minutes could change your entire day and ultimately your entire week.
Yeah. And which is going to feed into your business. So when I talk about, just going back to that theme of rooted flame, we can't be our best, that flame, that fiery part. So we do the rooted part, right? Where we're rooting in and we're grounding ourselves, we're being in community. And the flame part is like how we're showing up in our business, and with the fire of what, and not the messy kind of fire, but the fire of who we are and bringing all of you to life. We can't be that fiery person if we're caught in all the muck and all the mud, right?
Yeah.
So this is the breakthrough that happens, is when we get intentional about our days, and we start to look at how, where we're taking our days each day, and how the energy that we're showing up. That's all going to shift how we can grow our businesses, because we can be we can be cleaner and clearer in how we're showing up every day.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know you talk about being intentional to be excellent. So let's just go a little bit deeper into that. I mean, we've
Yeah.
hit the intentional, the 15 minutes. What, give us a little bit more into that.
Well, one of my one of my top values in my business's top values is excellence. Serving with
Mm-hmm.
excellence, showing up with excellence. Um, and and that means being focused and being prepared and
Mm-hmm.
um and making sure that I am giving people the best experience possible and that I am having the best experience possible.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if I'm or if anyone is trying to do a little bit of everything without finishing anything,
Mm-hmm.
there's
It's
no
heavy.
level there's no level of excellence. There's no
Right.
feeling of being completed. There's no
Mm-hmm.
feeling of ever being done, and there's no feeling of having been intentional about something. Like how if I'm going to start it, and you don't have to start and finish something in one fell swoop. Like you could start it and you give yourself amount of time to do it and it's not done, then make a decision on when you're going to finish the thing or when's the next time you're going to engage in it. And then your brain knows that, oh, I didn't finish this yet, and on Thursday I'm going to come back to it and I have another hour that I can spend on it and get it done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think that this we just talked about intention in the last segment that we just talked about. It's just that we are dabbling without really doing and without really digging in,
Yeah.
and that feels uh like you're not getting anywhere. And so if
Yeah. And
we
it also
can
keeps all the loose ends in our head, right? We're like, we have all these loose ends that we don't close out.
yeah, and so
Mm.
we've been talking about this actually in the course that I'm teaching right now. It's called Solve Unsolvable Problems. We have like this ball of like string that's all
Uh-huh.
tangled, and we
Uh-huh.
can't and we have to figure out how do we extract one piece at a time and deal with each thing in order to
Yeah.
untangle it. We got to get out of the ball of mess. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
exactly that. Like we have so many things running in our head that we can't y'all as business, like you might have been able to do that if you had when if some of you had a job, right? You had a job, you were there 9 to 5 or whatever it was, and you had a job description and you had these things, and if it didn't get done you come back the next day and do it. And I was a teacher, so I had my 7 to 3, and I did what I did, and I made my plans, and I taught what I taught, and then I got home, I graded or whatever. But I had my
Yeah.
day now, and I could
Yeah.
hold stuff in my head. I had my planner, but I also could hold other stuff in my head. With as a business owner and in my 50s, like for, forget it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you're like, did I eat lunch today? Did I like so it's we have to get intentional in order to continue a level of excellence that we want to serve with and that we want to live with. And we
Yeah.
have to be intentional and keep track
Yeah.
of
That's
it.
what's going, the word that's coming up for me is systems, like having the
Mm-hmm.
systems to be able to keep track and to tune
Mm-hmm.
in on a day-to-day basis and say, okay, what's most important today? Those sorts of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Very
And
cool.
keeping those values and those goals in front of you so that you
Mm-hmm.
are staying on the trajectory that you want to be on and you're not getting distracted by
Yeah.
all the things that come up.
So starting our day with the 15 minutes is a really great thing. What else? What's one other
Yeah.
thing that our listeners could do that could help make that ball of yarn a little bit more organized?
Yeah. So I think that for me, this habit of of being proactive instead of reactive makes a huge
Mm-hmm.
difference, and
Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm-hmm.
it's top of mind for me right now. And I've been going through some stuff where I've got some people reacting in my life. It's not even in my business. It's not clients or anything like that, but I'm like, what's going on? So, it's really taking stock of, I think, if you can stop for a second and take an overview of a situation and come into this way of looking at things, um, instead of being so close to it and so emotional about things that are happening in your business or wherever,
Mm-hmm.
how do
Mm-hmm.
you step
Mm-hmm.
back and come at it from a logical place? Because we
Mm-hmm.
can't really be emotional and logical at the same time. So we have to sometimes
Right.
take ourselves out of the emotion to solve it.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
asking yourself, what what can I what can I influence or control here, and what can't I? And let's
Mm-hmm.
hold on to what we can, and what can we do? What can we do differently? What can we do? How do we control, like, grow our circle of control around whatever it is, even
Mm-hmm.
minusculely, so that we don't feel like um we can't do anything. And
Mm-hmm.
so this 15 minutes of getting intentional, and then when you're up against something, taking a second to go, "Oh, wait a minute. What's going on and what can I do?"
Yeah.
And if there's nothing I can do, be like, "All right, well, that's going to be over there and I'm going to be over here, and this is what I'm going to choose to focus on." We can
Because
choose
you can
what
do
we focus
something.
on.
Yeah.
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 So look for the things and look at each um, circumstance that you're looking at and then really analyze what bucket it fits into. Things you're going to focus on right now are things that you can't control that you're going to put somewhere else
Yeah,
because
and
we
you
can put
think
a
about
lot of
that.
mind space.
We do. And you think about, you can't, that saying of you can't see the forest for the trees. If you're in it and you're up against it, you can't navigate. But if you
Yeah.
can back up or get above it and really look at what you can do, then
Mm-hmm.
you can find the way through, or you can decide that that isn't serving you. And what resources do you have? What can you do? Then it changes it changes what you're focusing on.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. So at Ignite, you're going to be speaking about delegation. Give us
Yeah.
just a little bit of insights into, without giving all the good stuff away. I mean, tell us a little
Yeah.
bit more about
So
delegation.
it's I'm going to tell you right now, the talk is probably not going to be what a lot of you think.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be looking at what needs to be in place in order to do delegation correctly. Like,
Oh, nice.
yeah, yeah, you all know, like, we know what what to do. We know what we can delegate, but how do we do it correctly? How do we, and what needs to be in place in order to even do delegation right? It's called doing delegation
Mm-hmm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of think that I have to have all my ducks in a row. I have to have all my systems ready. I have to have all this stuff. Well, yes, and no. So there's, because a lot of that is teachable. A lot of that is someone else could actually put the systems into place as they're doing their job for you. But I'm really not looking at what we delegate as much as what needs to be in place and how do we prepare in order to delegate and be a really a beautiful leader in our
Yeah.
businesses.
Yeah. And that's one of the things I've been talking about a lot recently is like, how do we show we are leaders? Every single one of us who has, you're a leader of your clients, you're a leader of the people that come into your business to work with you, your teammates. So I want all of our listeners to really tap into who are
Yeah.
you as a leader and and we can only be our best self if we're bringing some support around us to because we can't do all the things. So I
Mm-mm.
think it's an important step for really taking your business to that next level. Is like, how do you really hone in your leadership capabilities when you're bringing someone in to work with you? And
Yeah.
I think that that's important.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's so many times we wait so long to bring someone in and we get in a desperate situation, and then you kind
Mm-hmm.
of hire the first person that comes along, and then you have a bad experience
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, whether lack of
Mm-hmm.
preparedness on your part or the wrong person that's not a good match for you in your business or the job, because you're just wanting a warm body to do some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And we're just not
Yeah.
we're not preparing to delegate.
Yeah. Yeah. What's one thing that you learned about bringing in the right person
Mm,
for to delegate to?
yeah, I've been pretty methodical about who I bring in when to do what. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so what I find what the thing that's worked for me is you've got to really look at what are the things you know need to be done in the business that you're just not doing.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right? So what's the hole either in your desire to do the thing or your ability to do the thing? Because someone wants to do that or someone knows how to do that and that's their expertise, so they also love to do it. And
Yeah.
so for me, my delegation journey has very much been filling those holes a little bit at a time. It's not like I came out the gate paying someone $1,000 a month to be my assistant. It's like,
Right.
oh, I really need some help with this thing, and so how can I make that work with the budget that I have? And the
Right.
more that I started to delegate in this kind of systematic way, of course it opens up more space to bring in more like the money I'm paying out is coming back to me in spades because I
Right.
have space. And so there's a way to do it that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have to break your bank, but it makes
Yeah.
space for you in a methodical
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like that. I like it. Well, cool. Where can people learn more about you and your work?
You can head on over to my website is great, but social is probably more realistic for all of you. you you can find me on LinkedIn at LinkedIn. Just type in Julie Miller Davis. I'm the only one. You can also go to my website, which is juliemillerdavis.com, and find out a little bit more. But if you want to just see some things, go on over to LinkedIn. It's a great place.
Excellent. Excellent. And then the final question I always close with is, what are three pearls of wisdom you'd like to leave with us today?
Whew. Um, Find your people, your trusted
Mm-hmm.
advisors who you know you can tell anything to and get support from, and who are really going to help you stay grounded and build your
Mm-hmm.
business and
Mm-hmm.
support you in
Mm-hmm.
whatever is going on. That's one. Two is be I'm going to go back to what we said earlier. Be intentional every day about what you're engaging in
Mm-hmm.
and to what depth you're engaging in it. So that 15
Good.
minutes will change everything.
Mm-hmm.
And third, I would say find a way to get quiet every day. Turn off the visual and the audio noise and just be, even if it's for 60 seconds,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
So agree.
be quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm such a big believer in that. I like to, I like mine on my walks in the morning. And I feel like, I don't want something in my ears. I just want to be in the beauty of the morning and just in that peaceful, calm place. I so agree. It's so important because we get space then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clarity.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Well, I am excited to have you at Ignite this year. If you guys want to check out Ignite, you can go out to CamiGellner.com/Ignite. You can get early bird tickets right now or on sale. And we have an amazing lineup of speakers, including Julie. So thanks so much for joining me today, Julie.
Thank you so much, Cami.
You bet.